fresh and new, starting it over again. Oh, my God. I tell you, some people's kids, I know exactly what happened. I know, is we went vertical on Facebook and went vertical on YouTube, and then it's horizontal as always on Rumble, and Josh is over there on Rumble going, it looks fine over here, everybody. It's fine on Rumble. Yeah, because we didn't change anything on Rumble. And I do know what the mistake was that when Trippy and the kid and I were trying desperately last week to make everything work and flow and not crash, we made some adjustments, and we made some screen adjustments on the vertical side. We didn't put them back. Yeah, so we'll do vertical on Thursdays. Boy, you know who just got upset and threw her papers in the air was Mrs. Four. She's like, hot damn, no vertical this week. Well, we're going to go vertical Thursday. God damn it. You could hear that all the way from Tennessee. I mean, if she wouldn't want to waste one of her mason jars against the wall, and she did very thrifty about that stuff. It would have crashed and we would have all heard it. All right. There's stuff, man. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K. All right, let me go let's see if this works. You're going to love this side by side. So, yeah, Gen X Mom is here tonight, but she refuses to be on camera, which is a lie. She wanted to be on camera desperately. But you guys know, her hair was up. She's got it looking like Pebbles and Bam Bam from the Flintstones. No. We'll just go with a static image. Can we hear you, honey? Are you there?
I'm here.
And your lovely voice is being broadcast for everyone. So what do we have? Birthdays? Do we have birthdays to talk about? Something between the sheets? What's going on?
No birthdays that I know of. Nobody's given me any information about birthdays.
Gerard, there was two, Graham Gordon and Carl Gerard. I thought they were somewhere around here. No, maybe not. All right.
They're not on my calendar.
Okay.
Danny H. Has some sad news today. He said, I hope you're all having a good evening. He lost his dad earlier this afternoon. He goes, we weren't close, but he was my dad.
There's that's an odd truth, isn't it? When you talk about that, when you say, well, I wasn't really close to your father, or you could say, well, my mother and I were estranged. It's weird when they pass away because you still feel like part of you is gone. Maybe you're not pining away, and some people don't. But yeah, it's an odd feeling, and I've had that in a couple of occasions in my life. So, Danny, I wish there was more we could do for you here, but at the bottom of the glass nation, the truth is at the bottom of the glass, and I will begin searching for the truth right now when I raise my glass to Danny H., whose dad is no longer with us, but Danny H. is. Danny, this is Invisihuchi, just for you, buddy. I'm gonna raise this glass to you right now. Let's kick this pig. Let's get this show started off on the right foot. All right, let's start by drinking, and you got to do it with me. Come on. No trading wheels either. All right. So before we get going too far down this here path, the intro. Yeah, I'd like to say something. I want to bring my wife back on camera for just a minute. The static image. Even though the show isn't sponsored by marcyzavala.com, we know that. That's a podcast thing. I'm going to tell you a story in a minute that absolutely will tell you that if you're getting old and you have suffered injuries and you have suffered cancers or whatever, and your body's just in pain all the time from whatever, or maybe you're just like me and you abused your body younger and you're sore, your joints. I got to tell you, I did something today because of Marcy I would not have been able to do. How's your pain level? Now, I'm not talking about the little pulled muscle in your back from the sexual activities that we got into the other night. Other than that, tell me how much pain is going through your body since you've been on Marcy's program.
Very little. Is that what you want to know?
Wow, that was a complete answer. I got a 20-minute build-up, and she's like, yes.
Joint pain is pretty much gone completely, almost 100%.
I think that's amazing. It really
that was the most debilitating was the joint pain. It felt like I had the flu 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And it was years of that with you.
Yes, it was a long time.
It's amazing what she's done for you on that. I just want let you guys know that's coming. I got a little something coming on that. You know what? I was going to bring that up. Let me try to find that really quick here because everything got shut down and I had to start it over again. Please bear with me. I am a trained broadcast professional. You notice while I'm scrolling around doing my thing, I'm leaving no dead air. Did you notice that? Yeah, because it's not a big show. We're not allowed to have dead air. Yeah. So, no, Marcy Zavala is not sponsoring the program, but her stuff works. So we're passing it along to you. I'm serious. If you want the pain to be gone in your body, you're a click away. MarcyZavala.com. We'll walk you through the steps later. No, not a sponsorship. We don't get any money even if you join. Nothing. So just remember that. This is out of the goodness of our hearts trying to help you guys. Why? Because you're a bunch of old fuckers like us, and you're slowing down a little bit. So don't think you're not, because we know you are. All right. At the bottom of the Glass Nation, for any of you that are new here, the bottom of the Glass Nation is something simple. BOTGN. You can see it right there. It's written on our glass. You can buy one too. I think these are still for sale. If they're not, they might be in the future. But the truth is at the bottom of the glass, and we all drink to the bottom to get to the truth. You've been around bars. You've been around people in bars when they drink, and the more they drink, the more truth comes out. The more they got to talk and they got to say stuff. Why? Well, because that's what people do. They spout that they're going to tell you the truth when they get to the bottom of their beer or the bottom of their whiskey. Well, that's what we're doing here. We're just spouting the truth. A lot of common sense. You're bottom of the Glass Nation. That's what we all are. Welcome to the program. I want to let you guys know that's what we're all about for anybody that's new here. Now, secondly, you should know that on all the platforms we're on, we're going to get banned. Sooner or later, especially in an election year, I'm going to run my mouth drinking. I'm going to say something I shouldn't. Facebook's going to pull us. YouTube's going to pull us. It's inevitable. It is absolutely inevitable. We are going to get pulled off the air. It's happened before. It's going to happen again. However, that's kind of like when you're watching the program and you know you're going to get banned. You know I'm going to say something that's going to push us over the edge and we're going to get yanked. It's kind of like being on a bus, driving through the mountains really fast, like at 80 miles an hour. You're barely making those corners. You're 2 wheels across the bridge. You know at any minute you're going over the edge. So I want you guys to sit back and relax, because Loud One has shut the door to the bus. The bus is now going down the road. I would tell you to pay attention to the lights that are on and no talking. No. I would tell you to fasten up with a seatbelt, but I don't think there are any. So I will tell you, before the bus crashes, before the program gets yanked, drink. Have a drink and just hang out. That's all you got left. Just drink and laugh and talk to each other. Talk to me. If we're going to go over the edge, if we're going to go over the cliff, we're going over together on this bus. This program's going to get pulled. Well, then we'll all go together, shall we? All right, so let's continue on. Let's go back real quick. I'm going to give you a minute. Read between the sheets. What do you got there, girl?
All righty. Trippy Pineapple, member for 25 months.
25.
I know something funnier than 24.25. I don't know what this is supposed to mean. What's IYKYK?
I don't know.
I don't know. He said hydrate. I don't know. I'm not. I guess
Trippy's got a problem. Trippy's.
I'm so Gen X.
Trippy's got to go to his Alcoholics Anonymous class pretty soon. Then he'll be back in form. All right. What else?
Okay. Mary Mistretta, member for 25 months. Michael Dawson, member for 23 months. Wheezy 16, member for 12 months. Nightbot, $5. The general has always been weird, but now the picture is 2 when you were sideways.
Oh, come on.
Trippy wrote, if you know, you know. I don't know, Trippy.
Wait. So was I thinner?
No.
Should we go back to that? Was I thinner?
No.
Because if it made me look thinner.
You weren't.
I'm all about that.
You weren't.
All right, just checking.
Loud One, $10. Okay, the bus is fired up and running. The RGN trailer is connected to the Kenworth, and we are set up for heavy haul wide load operations. Which one is leaving the station? Either way, find a spot.
We're already going. I already said it. We're going down the road, baby. Close the doors and hit the gas pedal. Let's go.
Jeffrey Montgomery, $10. Stream looks good. Thank you for the efforts to restore my ability to chat on YouTube. Please don't put me in the woodshed for the radio station.
That was Jeffrey, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we couldn't get him back on. We put him in the woodshed one time and he couldn't, we temporarily ban you. If you guys are assholes, we temporarily ban you. It could be 1 minute, it can be a day, it can be forever. But, we do something clever and funny. We ban him for, I guess it was 5 minutes, but he couldn't come back and we couldn't get him back in. So I made him a preferred member. And then I went through and I was moving. I made Sammy Joe moderator where she could say, Sammy Joe's over on Facebook. I don't want Sammy Joe hanging out in YouTube. But she can come in the beginning and say hello to everybody and get her big, fat, natural, white ass over to Facebook and be the Facebook moderator. But I had to get her link to make her a moderator. So I did the same thing with Josh. I was moving Josh around and it got deleted. So I asked him for his URL. I said, hey, just give me that and I'll put it back. He took so long doing it, I forgot to go back and make him the moderator. Now, it was an honest mistake. that Josh Maddox is not, those of you who are looking to say hello to Josh, and a lot of you are, that he's not a moderator on YouTube. It was a mistake. But being that it was a mistake, I can totally play it and say, Josh, get the fuck over onto Rumble. You don't need to be hanging around here on YouTube. You don't need to be. How would you know? Josh, how do you know that you're not a blue wrench on YouTube unless you're over here hanging around on YouTube? No.
Rumble stopped.
What?
Yeah, Rumble stopped.
How would Rumble stop?
I don't know. I'm just saying it stopped.
You know it stopped, or Josh said it stopped?
I checked too. It's off.
Refresh it.
It's off. We ended it.
How did we end it?
Because it just had a black screen. There was nothing there.
Man, you are just going to hurt my feelings to no end. Let me go see what's going on.
We don't have, we just,
no. We got a program to run here.
Lord have mercy on my soul.
It says that we're still on. It says Rumble still has the option to end the live stream. And if I can end the live stream, then the live stream must still be going.
This is all that's showing.
Well, that's weird.
Okay, so stop.
Something wrong with all of you guys. I tell you, just ruined my day. All right, well, we'll figure it out.
Okay,
well, now
also,
Josh can't hang out in Rumble because it's closed, and he's not a blue wrench. But blue wrenches clutter up my mile.
Do you have slow mode on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. So am I allowed to go check now? Because you don't like me leaving the conversation to go check on things. Do you want me to go check?
You know what our number one rule is here?
No. What is our number one?
Don't be a dick.
What are you talking about? I'm being wonderful. This is the face of wonderfulness in all of its glory. What the fuck are you talking about? I couldn't, you know what? I'm done with you. I'm out. You had your chance. All right. So where were we? There was stuff. Let me go to this one. Yeah, there we go. Some stuff to talk about.
I don't get to finish? You just going to keep on going?
No, yeah, because you know why? Because you started talking about Rumble, then you started talking about slow mode.
You started talking about Rumble.
You strayed off topic.
I was trying to help you out.
Straight off topic. You know
I was trying to do my duty.
Yeah, you're not probably what you do. No, I got some stuff here. Oh, for those of you who didn't know that we started because you got here late or you didn't get your notification, join Patreon, and that way you get to have all the stuff all the time. And turn it right there so we can see me. There I am. You join Patreon, and then you get an email. We just give you an email before the show starts, about half an hour, let you guys know what's going on. Sometimes we give a couple details, sometimes we don't, but Patreon is the way to go. It's only $1, and plus you get to see 3 years of behind-the-scenes stuff. You got to go check it out. It's really worth it. All right. Let's go down here. Here's my tickets. I want to talk about tickets. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that. I'm skipping all the stuff I don't want to talk about. Why? Because it's my show. This was, okay, true story. We have talked a lot and often about things that come across my screen, like Google ads, and how come I'm getting ads for pink ladders. I don't want a pink ladder. I don't own a pink ladder. I was never shopping for a pink ladder, but pink ladders keep coming up on advertisement. Hey, do you want a pink ladder? All the time. The weirdest shit keeps coming up like I'm looking for it, and I'm not. Google is fucking up because Google is supposed to read my mind and then offer me advertising by what I'm interested in. All right, this kept coming up. I'm telling you, every time I scrolled around, this thing, would you like to take a gay test? And I'm like, no. Would you like to take a... And it kept days and days and days. And I'm like, why is it asking me that? So first thing I did was I sat down and I started trying to figure out why. Couldn't figure out why unless Google was thinking I had some homosexual tendencies in my brain, but it kept offering me this. And it was really odd that it kept coming up. So I called a couple buddies. I go, are you getting these things too? And they were also. So I sat down on my phone and I went through the test and I answered every question intentionally as heterosexual as I could. I just went, every question, I just went as far to the heterosexual side as I could. When I got done, it said, would you like to see your results? We need your email and blah, 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 blah. So I get the results back. You know, I put in all the stuff and the results come back and says, well, you're kind of borderline. You're 50-50. You might be gay. You might be a homosexual. Now, I answered every question as non-gay as you could, as heterosexual as you could. So then I went up to my computer upstairs and I went to a VPN. I went to a private ISP address so it didn't know it was me. And I found this test and I did it again. And this time I answered every question homosexually as possible, gay as possible. Yes, yes, yes. Answer yes, yes. Feelings and, you know, the whole thing. And when it came back, it said, we're pretty sure you're gay. Now, what did I learn from this experience? No matter, I did it to the two extremes. I did one completely answered it, positive homosexual answers as much as I could. The other one, the completely opposite. The one that I answered completely, they should have said, "Hey, you're gay. Welcome to the club." And they said, "Well, we're pretty sure." So I'm not sure how accurate that test is. Then when I did the other one, I said, no, 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 no. They still said, "Well, you're kind of on the fence, General. You might be." I don't know why these things popping up on my screen forever, but I did take the test. I did go through the whole thing, and no matter what I answered, there was always some degree of homosexuality in me according to the test. Now, your guys' test may differ. I'm just telling you what this one said. I think it was a bunch of malarkey. I think it was recruiting. Yeah, it was them recruiting for the other team. That's what it was. But I don't know. I could be wrong about that. I've been wrong before. Now, we pick on states. We've done this a few times. We picked on states and like the dumb, stupid, dumb laws that states have. You remember that? We went through some of those things. So I thought I would set the record straight and let's talk about some of the laws that made sense. I think that's fair. I think we should come back with a little bit of that. So I found a couple of these on here. Bear wrestling matches are prohibited in Alabama. I don't think that's one to make fun of them for. At some point in time, bear wrestling matches, that's sanctioned. That's a certified sanctioned event. It's a wrestling match. It's not just you running out in the middle of the woods and tackling a bear who's eating a salmon. No, 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 no. They're talking about, no more sanctioned wrestling events with bears. No, it's probably a good idea. I wouldn't make fun of this law. I say it's a good thing. In fact, the part that's odd is that it was happening so often that someone said, "God, we got to shut this down. We've been telling them not to do it. We've been encouraging them not to do it. They're not listening. We're just going to have to pass a law. This is just getting out of hand." To such a point that you can't wrestle a bear in Alabama anymore. I thought we lived in America. I thought we were free in America. Can't wrestle a bear in Alabama? What the hell? Why do you want to live there? What's another one? It is illegal to fall asleep in a cheese factory in South Dakota. Now, okay, maybe I don't know a lot about the Midwest. Because, I'm not from there. All right, I'm new around here. I really don't know my way around. But wouldn't that be fitting or more fitting in another state, perhaps? Like Wisconsin? Wouldn't there be so many cheese factories and so many workers that you have to pass a law? Don't fall asleep. And come on, you guys keep doing this. Now we passed the law. Don't fall asleep in a cheese factory. I don't know. Does South Dakota even have a cheese factory? And if they do, is it one? Is there like 7 people working there and they had to pass a law because one guy fell asleep? That's a little extreme. Yeah, you're talking about a state who really didn't have much on their docket. And the state legislatures were sitting around going, well, we don't really have much to talk about. There's not many people, not many animals, not much going on in South Dakota. So we really don't have any laws to pass. And then someone said, my cousin fell asleep at work the other day. He did? Where does he work? He works at the cheese factory. Well, we better write that law. Give us something to do today. That's how that had to happen. It did. All right, what else was there? There was a couple more. Let's see now. Boom, 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 boom. You cannot have more than one alcoholic drink in front of you at a time. Now, I specifically cut out what state this was. Any takers? I'll be impressed if anybody gets this. Okay, I'm looking in the comment section right now. Let's see if any, I'm going to look right now. What state passed the law you cannot have more than one alcoholic drink in front of you at a time? Now, this law wouldn't fly at Mrs. Four Watton's kitchen table. She's a moderator on YouTube. She's lovely. She's classy. She's ever present. Her ass is all these peaches right here in the jar. You couldn't pass this law. She would rebel. She's absolutely allowed to have more drinks than one in front of you at Mrs. Four Watton's place. Arkansas, Florida, no.
Mississippi,
Utah, Virginia, no. Ohio, Alabama, Alaska, North Dakota, no. Michigan, no. None of those. Utah, another one. No, it's not true. Missouri, nope. I'm going to give you the answer, and this makes no sense whatsoever.
New York? Oh,
no.
California?
Iowa, no. Ready? Hawaii. Why the fuck would you be worried about people having too many drinks? This like, sorry, and no more than 2 coconuts. You can't have 2 coconuts in your hand in front of you with straws and umbrellas. And if you do, we're taking one of the lays off of you that we gave you when you came off the airplane. I don't know if they still do that or not, but that was a real deal for a long time, or so I've heard. Yeah, but who would pass a law you can't have? I tell you what, that's the state you don't want to own a bar in, for sure. All right, what else was there? There's a couple more. Calm down. It is illegal for a group of people to wear masks in public. Again, not making fun of these. These, I think, are good laws, especially in New York. I can totally see that being a law. I can totally see getting behind that. I think that you had bipartisan support across the aisle, Democrats and Republicans, liberals and conservatives, when someone said, you know what, we ought to make it legal for a group of people to wear masks in public in New York. They probably signed that into legislation. What I don't understand is, because this is a relatively old law, what happened during the pandemic? Were they just passing out tickets like a motherfucker? You. No, you're a group of people with a mask. You, come here, all of you, mask, you. I mean, the revenue that city probably took in by enforcing the rule, enforcing the law, no masks. What group of people, you ask? The entire fucking state had masks on. I mean, their tax revenue through citations probably went through the roof. Now, setting aside the pandemic, would anybody go against this law in New York? No, not at all. Not even for a minute. All right, one more. Here we go. It is illegal to refuse a person a glass of water in Arizona. Yes. That I don't care if you are in downtown Charlie Brown. I don't care if you are out in the middle of the desert. It is Arizona. It is goddamn hot. I don't care if there is snow on the cactus. I agree with that. Should it be? Yes, you should. It is illegal to refuse a person a glass of water. That means if you come crawling up to someone's doorstep, you ring the doorbell, you're dying, you're parched, you're beating the dirt right off you, and dust is going everywhere. When someone answers the door, the first thing they better do is offer you a glass of water. If not, calling a cop. Getting you a citation there, buddy. It is illegal to refuse a person a glass of water. This makes complete sense in Arizona. I think New Mexico should follow. That's what I think. I think it's a great law. This wouldn't make so much sense in Alaska or Michigan or Minnesota, but it makes a ton of sense in Arizona. Now, you see, I told you guys, I warned you on this, that we often pick on states and stupid laws. I thought we'd take another tact. I thought we would change direction and want to let you guys know that there's some good, solid laws that are in place that makes sense by where people live. All right? And I think we've just proven that point. All right, let's go back now. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go back to Gen X Mom, and we're going to see if she can behave. All right? We're going to see if she can behave herself. We're going to see if she can be nice and wonderful. I am a very tolerant man, but she is right up to here with me today, just so you guys know. All right. And she's back, and she's yawning, and she's back. All right.
Oh, Tomash is in the house. He can't see you, but he can hear you.
Why can't he see me?
Because I can't remember why. It says, Tomash, 2 years have passed and I am still with you and love you all. Lately, there is no participation in the broadcast, but watching. BOTGN.
Well, Tomash is our number one guy over in Israel. He is an extra like you guys, a jabroni like all of us are. He's our number one guy over in Israel. He picks up a weapon and stands a post on the eastern wall to keep all of us in the bottom of the glass nation safe. Anytime you see Tomash's name go by, regulars from back in the day will always put up the Israeli flag. Remember that every time. When you see it go by, it's for Tomash. I didn't even have to tell people. I know they already did it. Thank you very much. Thanks, Tomash. I miss you, brother.
The Disney Kid. Evening, handsome general. Your troops are always ready for your wisdom.
I'm pretty upset. I've only got called handsome one tonight. One time. Is this not, do I have this turned down too low?
It is turned down.
Yeah.
I should put up the picture that I found, part of the video that you gave me when we were dating.
You've been talking about that a lot.
Man.
I don't even know if I have.
Hot. KG, member for 21 months. Much love, everyone. Sorry can't stay. Just saying hello. Back to work I go.
Well, when KG can't come around, he's socially obligated to present his wife to the rest of us because she's wonderful. So, yeah. KG, if you have to go, you have to plant her firmly in front of the TV where she can enjoy the show. That's a rule.
Dale Rainey, member for 12 months. Woohoo! I finally got my big red one.
Big Red One. For those of you on YouTube that don't know what's going on with the Big Red One by the name, the Big Red One means they've been tolerating this program for a year. If they got their new Blue 2, that means 2 years. It's very hard to get those things, but once you become a member, stick it out. You're going to be along in line. I have no idea what the 3 is going to be, but we'll hit that milestone when we come to it.
Lance over on Facebook. How's the radio license coming?
We're up and running. We're good. We've got 2 of the first negotiations done, and we're sitting there on those running amok. The radio station is officially up. We push it out everywhere, kgxtradio.com. The only thing is that when you go to the radio station, you have to actually click the button. kgxtradio.com, and then you there's a little play. They hit the play button. I can't tell you how many people go, I don't know what to do. I went to the radio station, kgxtradio.com, but I couldn't hear anything. I'm like, there's a big fucking sign that says press the button below to listen. And they just won't do it. And we got a guy. We have an undercover
You
operative.
have a guy?
I got a guy. A guy. He's trying to pipe in the radio station to a Discord room so that when you open up the Discord room, if you click on KGXT Live and you're in the room, the radio just plays. It's just playing the whole time. That way people could go into Discord and listen. Don't got to fumble around on their phones. They just clink and they're there. So we'll see if that works.
Could you help dear Karen out for me?
Who's Karen?
She is in chat, and she does not know the meaning of banana sauce. And she's just struggling.
What the fuck? Is that thing, that kid put that thing up there again?
No, they just all just say it just because.
Okay,
but why
so here's the stupid gig on banana sauce. It doesn't mean anything. It's dumb. It's stupid. It turns out it is a real thing. One of you actually found a bottle of banana sauce and mailed it to us, and it's in the background, like I have stuff in my background. The kid has it in his background. But he'll put in the comment or in the description section way at the bottom, he'll hide it. Tell my dad banana sauce. One of you guys, and I got to get these pictures up soon, out on the plaques outside, you bought a plaque, and you can write anything you want. You can engrave anything you want. It's to support the radio station. I guess you guys, the moderators, can put up a link directly to the plaques. If you guys got a couple extra bucks, you want to help get the radio station up and running, then you give a plaque. But you can write whatever you want. We engrave them here, and we permanently mount them to the outside of the studio. One of you guys wrote banana sauce on it. I got to live with that on the outside of my studio forever. Somebody wrote banana sauce. I'm just waiting for somebody else to write banana sauce. I don't know how many times you could fit the word banana sauce on one plaque.
I don't know, but they're all saying banana sauce.
Yeah, and it's bullshit.
You guys better watch it or you're going to the woodshed. If he gets on a rant,
anybody who says the word banana sauce, I'm putting in the woodshed.
Party in the woodshed.
Boy, if I put Scott Royston in there and he can't go again, I shouldn't do it to Scott. Anybody else got their banana sauce shit? Matthew Cole, woodshed, buddy. I'm telling you, don't fuck around with me.
All right, well, I'll continue while you do that. Danny H. gifted 5 memberships to Kevin, Thomas, Steve, Azteca, and Mark Peterson. They all got memberships tonight. You can go back 3 years under the community section and see what's happening behind the scenes of Gen X Talks. Ezra over on Facebook. Benjamin Franklin once said, never trust a man who doesn't drink.
Yeah. Who sent the memberships?
Danny H.
Okay. Because there's a deal in here. I'm addressing Scott Royston right now. Scott, buddy, let's have a little conversation, just you and me. Everybody else can turn off their radios. Scott, he wrote, I sent 5 memberships, by the way. Scott, I know. Sometimes I get to reading all of them. Sometimes I miss some at the end. Here's what you don't want to do, Scott. You don't want to put money out here and say, did you read my thing? Did you miss my thing? Scott, we got it. What happens, Scott, is when you come in there and you make a comment about something and then you say, I donated $5. You didn't read my $5. Are you going to comment on my $5? You're going to talk about my $5? It's just, you don't have to be the little kid at the back of the classroom raising his hand for the teacher all the time. That's what it's like. You know, we get it. You donated memberships. We will read them. If I miss them, guess what? I miss lots of people's. I don't try to, but everybody gets missed once in a while. Comments get missed once in a while. Money gets missed once in a while. I desperately try not to do that. But what you don't want to do, you got two options when you donate. Let's say you donate some money, Scott. You can be the kid at the back of the class reminding the teacher, read my stuff, teacher. Don't miss my stuff. Hey, I donated. You can be that guy. You can be that guy, Scott. Or if you donate some stuff, you can sit back and someone say, hey, Scott, man, you donated some money and they didn't read your thing. And you can go, it's cool. I'm not here for the publicity. I'm not here for the notoriety. I donated because out of the kindness of my heart, because I love Gen X Talks. If they read it, they read it. If they don't, they don't. Now, which one do you want to be, Scott? You want to be the cool guy with the glasses who's cool about it and everybody knows you're cool about it? Or do you want to be the kid at the back of the class with his arm in the air yelling teacher? Those are your two options, buddy. I love you, but let's tighten up our game here. We'll get to them when we get to them. If I don't see them in between the sheets, it's nothing personal. I miss them once in a while. I don't try to, but I do. Okay, can we get back to the program now? I spend way too much time falling in love with Scott Royston all over again and his idiosyncrasies, because that's what they are, and everybody knows. All right. So.
Okay. Two Bear, member for 25 months. Love and respect to all you guys. Two Bears in the chat.
Why would Two Bear be back in our chat? That turncoat motherfucker. I nicknamed him Judas ages ago. That's not true. I actually talked to Two Bear today just to check on him, see what's going on. His life is going in a direction. He's got things well in hand. Let me know today that he was tightening up his belt and moving forward, which is good news. And I do check in with him. I love Two Bear. I always will. I was glad he stopped by. But Two Bear, if you donate a couple bucks, don't panic if I don't say it. Don't Scott Royston me if I don't say your shit. Okay, I'll get to it when I can. All right, what else?
Okay, Scott Royston gifted 5 memberships to Mike Peets, SKS Kafai, I guess, old school voice for the voiceless, and Niners forever. Oh, I'm sorry. Sean on Facebook, Gen X Mom, it's been a minute here. Are some stars for you? Enjoy. And General, don't worry, I won't forget you, my guy. 200 stars.
There we go. Little love for the old guy here. Little love for the home team.
Samuel Clark over on Facebook, Dear General, what would you say is the most crucial part of someone's life? Like crucial as in if you fuck up, now you can fuck up your whole life? I'm about to be 23 and I'm about to start my career as an automotive mechanic.
That's a tough one. Being an automotive mechanic right now, just entry-level mechanic, you're way above when I left the industry. I mean, the stuff you guys have to know, contend with, and deal with is just... It's almost unfathomable. You couldn't even explain it to someone who doesn't know. But if you're asking me how you can fuck up your life, I'm not talking about drugs or going to jail. Those are quite obviously big ways to fuck up your life on a permanent scale. You can go to jail for 20 years. That damages your career path. I would say one thing that you can end up fucking up your life on, and I know this is going to be obscure. I know nobody is going to agree with me on this. I know you're not going to get it. Is if one way to screw up your life in the long run is to have children and not give your very best effort in raising them. And I'll tell you, I can't give you a name, but I'll tell you why I feel that way. There are men that I know that did not put much effort into raising their kids. They just worked and they did their thing. And okay, I got kids. It's part of the family. Here's my house. There's my wife. There's my kids. And they soldiered on. That's how they parented. And they will admit that's how they parented. But now 30 years have gone by. I still know these guys. And they're looking back going, I'm not close to my children at all. Now their life is slowing down and their children are not coming back. Oh, they still call. They still, drop a text message. They'll drop by on the holidays, maybe. But there's no commonality there. And I know why. I was watching the whole thing transpire. And they had kids, but weren't attentive. And there's a difference between being a hard ass as a parent and being a hard ass as a parent, but you're diving into the issues they need to have a hard ass, a firm hand on the tiller, as they say. There's a difference between that and just being an asshole and not paying attention. And I would say one regret you can have later in life that you can't fix other than going to jail or, you being hooked on drugs for 25 years is to have children and not care. That, my friend, I promise you, will come back to bite you, because when they turn 2, whatever you didn't do at year 1, you don't get it back. Whatever they turn 5 on their 5th birthday, I hope you did everything you wanted to do with them as a 4-year-old, because they're not going to be 4 years old ever again. That was it. You had your chance. And if you were busy doing stuff and not paying attention, year number 4 went right by. So I would caution anybody out there trying to not screw up their lives, don't have a child if you can't invest some time. And number 1, for the child, but number 2, at the end of it, you are really going to be miserable with yourself when you realize you neglected them all that time, and now you'd like to have some companionship with them, and there's just nothing there. I know that is not the answer. There's way bigger answers that you can come up with for how not to fuck up your life at 23. I got it. I'm just telling you what's on my mind right now. That's just something I was thinking about. So you brought it up. I answered. I hope that serves the purposes. And we're back to the static picture of Gen X Mom.
All right. We received a $5 PayPal from Jesse for the radio station.
Thank you very much for supporting the radio station. There's a pink one on my screen. Are you going to get to that or not?
Yeah, I'm going down the list.
Well, get going, girl.
All right, I'll scroll down to the pink one. Brother Bruns, $50. I listen to KGXT while working on tie-dye. It's groovin'. Here's to the station. Banana sauce is fucking trippy. Wink.
Damn it. He drops in half a scene. Now, Brother Bruns, I love the guy. Met him in person at the car show, down at the Route 66 car show in June. No, in March, sorry. And so I know the guy. And, he seemed like an okay guy. He seemed like a cool cat. Everything was moving along just fine. He even donated $50, turn a whole screen pink over there, just for the radio station, which the radio station needs donations because I'm paying for this shit. And guess what? He writes banana sauce. He couldn't just let it go. You had to put that in there. We should make a rule. Nobody's allowed to say the word banana sauce. I want to put him in a timeout. I want to put him in the woodshed right now for saying banana sauce. But he gave $50. How the fuck can I do that? I look like the chief dick in charge of nothing if I do that. Brother Bruns, you really put me in a state of quandary, my man. I'm not sure what to do here. I'll think about that. All right, back to you.
All right, Dennis Fox, member for 24 months. He got his blue, too.
Big blue, too.
Sammy Joe says in Massachusetts, it's illegal to bring a rooster into a bakery. And if you bring a mule into a building, it's illegal to bring it up to the 2nd floor of the building.
So in Massachusetts, you can have a donkey on the 1st floor.
Right.
But not on the 2nd floor.
That is correct. And you can't bring a rooster into a bakery.
I can't even make up a reason why either one of those things would happen. I mean, you can be, I can see don't bring a donkey into a building, but who cares what floor it's on? Is it because it won't fit in the elevator? Maybe it's an elevator issue.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Nightbot, $10. I should probably leave. I said my one smart, worthwhile comment for the day. It's all downhill from here.
What did he say?
That's all he said. I don't know.
No, it's probably something you missed earlier because you moderators are horrible.
Whatever. Scott Royston, we love you, handsome general.
That's 2 handsomes.
Jane Motts, hey, handsome general.
That's 3 handsomes.
Houdini, member for 24 months, got his blue too. Samuel Pancake, member for 14 months. Shush, member for 19 months. I'm still on this bus ensuring my amazing husband is highly intoxicated for our journey. Drink up.
How come Shush didn't give me a handsome? Shush knows I deserve a handsome.
I don't know.
Shush is in here on the bus talking about her husband driving this bus through the mountains. Nobody cares about that. We care about the crash. You watch NASCAR for the crashes. And here she is not even acknowledging my handsomeness. I got 3 handsomes. We can't do the show till there's a 4th one. And here I sit. Neglected. You see this? This is the face of neglect.
Heavy hard drive, $2. Eating dinner, eggplant sauce with Funyun juice.
Eggplant sauce. You didn't say banana sauce. All right.
Scott Royston, $10. Thank you, Queen, Gen X Mom. You rock. To the general, I did give out of the goodness of my heart. I always do, Mr. Handsome. John Morgan, loud one is the $2 hoe. No.
Loud one is not the $2 whore.
The Disney kid says Mike Perkins is the $2 garden tool.
Disney kid got it. Mike Perkins, beloved, longtime listener, fan, supporter of the program. He was, you know what? I guess he's now in charge of security for the events he shows up to. Now that Two Bear is no longer on staff, we're going to have to rely on Big Mike. The Big Mike Perkins comes around. You guys know when he's there. Two Bear was kind of in the shadows. Not Mike. Big Mike shows up. So Big Mike is the $2 whore tonight.
Uncle Dan wants to know, how do you know when you're straddling the middle to what is right and what is wrong, especially when media lies to you? They're still trying to destroy Donnie Depp despite evidence.
All right, so read that again. I'll try to answer it. Well, I'm going to drink a little bit because questions like that require a certain level of alcohol to be in my bloodstream. So go ahead, read it again.
How do you know when you're straddling the middle to what is right and what is wrong, especially when media lies to you?
That's a tough one. There is so much media and websites muddy the waters. They muddy the waters of every news story, of every article, and they slant things in whatever direction they want. It's very difficult. A lot of times, which is one of the great things what we do here at Gen X Talks, we apply common sense to things. We all watched the O.J. Simpson trial. The verdict was he's not guilty. Everybody my age went, he fucking did it. We know. We apply the vision of experience. I caught a line the other day. I want to see if this makes sense to you. And I'm going to apply it to what you're saying, and maybe this will help you. Maybe it'll make you more confused. I'm very good at that, you know. Yes. And I'll use the O.J. Simpson trial, or you can use tons of things that you just know. You hear all of the evidence presented. It can be global warming. It can be the Me Too movement. It can be the woke movement. It can be Black Lives Matter. You hear everybody chanting and roaring with their pickets and their signs and their colored hair, and everybody screaming. And you listen to everything. Like the O.J. Simpson trial, we listened to everything, and it came to a verdict. And we got to listen to all the evidence too. Did we not? We did. And at the end of it, everybody came up with the same conclusion except the jury. Like, no, he killed his wife. We know he killed his wife. It's clearly obvious to everyone who has common sense thinking. How did we get there? How did all of us, see so clearly on that? And here's where the phrase comes in. I don't mind if you steal this. My generation has a way. When we're drinking, we say, we cut right through the bullshit. We cut right through the bullshit. We see what's going on. All right, I'll give you that. But maybe in more of a educational tone, I think we see, ready? I believe we think in a straight line. I believe that we think in a straight line. I believe that if you're straddling the fence on an issue and you're hearing both sides of something, and you can listen to everyone present their arguments for a flat earth, and we didn't go to the moon, and the global warming, and the pandemic, and the shots, you hear all the information, and then think in a straight line. That doesn't mean pick a goal, pick an answer, and go for that answer no matter what you find out. It means quite the opposite. To me, it means pick a straight line of thought and don't be detracted by the bullshit. If you know something's not right, if you're like, that doesn't sound right, discard it. Keep on going. Take the things on any discussion and any argument that sound plausible, sound correct, sound like they make sense. Think in a straight line. I think my generation can think deliberately and in a straight line, not a predetermined line, not with a goal in mind. You're not picking your answer and then thinking your way to it. No. Think in a straight line, because if you imagine you're walking a brick wall, which where I grew up in neighborhoods, when I was a kid, you could walk brick walls between houses for 50 houses in one direction, just walk the wall, and you're walking through everybody's backyards on this block wall because everybody had the same block wall. What's going to happen when you walk on that block wall? When you're taking it, things are going to come at you from the left and the right, trying to knock you off the wall, trying to pull you down to their side. Come down here and listen to our side. Come down there and listen to their side. Think in a straight line. That's all I'm asking you. If you really want to know how to dodge the bullets left and right, think in a straight line. Let all the other stuff fall apart. You'll get to the where you want to be. And what answer you come up with, see if it feels right in your heart. See if your gut goes, yeah, that's about it. Then you're still going to get bombarded by everybody, but you did your job. You walked the wall. You thought in a straight line. You took into account what everybody was saying, and you came to your own conclusion. If you walk through life with deliberate steps, you're going to find you're happy where you end up usually. I'm just saying. What do I know? I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. I don't think anybody should listen to me. Gen X Mom.
We received $2 from on PayPal from Jesse. My lady said you're handsome. Let's start the damn show.
We did get to 4 then, and we're good to go. Who's that, Jesse?
Yes.
So Jesse's chick said I'm handsome. He gave $2 on PayPal. We're good to go. Now we can start the show.
Hydrate, babe.
We're only an hour late. Hydrate. I'm hydrating. Go ahead.
Scott Aarons, member for 1 year. Hello, handsome general and beautiful Gen X mom queen. Just in the background tonight, I'm here, but not really chatting. Just wanted y'all to know that I'm faithfully here.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Oh, Michelle M's here.
What? Guy, I almost have to brace myself for the shit she says. Go ahead.
$20. In Pennsylvania, catching a fish with any other body part than your mouth is illegal. Salute, bottom of the glass nation, from the busy pits.
Catching a fish with any other body part other than your mouth is illegal. Boy, the jokes that come to mind about some girls I know that smelled like they caught a fish. And I won't go any further than that. Go ahead. Anything else?
That's it. We're good.
We're good. But let me get back to the program then. I'm almost done here. Look at that screen. That's the screen you guys have been waiting for. There's also some no shit articles that came up today. No shit. Only a couple of them. A nuclear explosion would be a disaster. No shit. Why fucking write an article about that? Who the fuck are you trying? Who read that? Who opened up that newspaper and said, oh my God, I got to turn to page A6 for this? Honey, hold on a second. Just turn off the car engine. We can't leave yet. Did you know that a nuclear explosion would be a disaster? Hold on, I'm reading about it now. I'll catch up with you in a minute, Ethel. The fuck no shit. Why? See, I'm getting mad again. Fucking millennials write this shit. What's another one? No shit. Man accused of killing his lawyer receives a new attorney. Huh. So you mean the dead attorney that he killed can't represent him? I'm guessing the gist of the article. I didn't read it. I don't know. But I'm trying to think, like a grown-ass man would. No shit. I didn't even click on the shit. I tell you, some of that stuff. Go to the pendulum is swinging the other way. You guys seem to love these stories. So I'm going to give you a couple real quick here. I've been telling you guys for 18 months, the pendulum in my country, in America, is swinging the other way. It is blowing right past Black Lives Matter, Me Too, woke, all the name letter groups, everybody who wants to pretend they deserve to be at the front of the line. You don't. You don't. We're all the same. We're all equal. You don't deserve to be at the front of the line. I don't deserve to be at the front of the line. You don't have privilege. I don't have privilege. We're all just a bunch of jabronis getting by. But you guys have forced us in the past 3 years to go out of our way to bend over backwards for you guys, and we're done. The pendulum is swinging back the other way. Here's one for you. Young black voters in Georgia who backed Biden in 2020 are now defecting. Why? Empty promises. This is on CNN. CNN did a roundtable, and it wasn't just in Georgia. All of the young black voters are going, the fucking dude let us down. And guess what they said every time? Guess what CNN did? They raced right to Biden's defense and said, well, you do know it was Trump's policies from before that were really, you do know the Republicans, they threw a monkey in the wrench of everything the Democrats were trying to do. And nobody believed them. Right in the middle of town hall, they were all shaking their heads, waiting for this woman to get done talking so they could say, we don't believe you anymore. You always say that. Every time you're in office and you're not doing right, you always say, oh, it was the Republicans' fault. The last guy's fault. We didn't do it. Yes, you did. And now they know. They don't care anymore. You can't You can't spin your stories. You know, this happens with kids too. When they're 4 and 5 and 6 years old, and your money situation in your house, your marriage situation in your house is a little fucked up and tense, you can always tell your kids some lie and some story and send them off to bed, and the kids go, oh, I guess that's the way it is. You can't do that when they're 17. Can you? You can't lie anymore. Those stories don't work, and they know you've been lying the whole time. That's what's happening here. And it's not just in Georgia. It's happening everywhere. The pendulum is swinging back the other way. And there's story after story, day after day. It's true, and it's happening. All right, where's another one here? Okay, I swear to God, I'm not trying to bash Florida. What the fuck is wrong with you people down there? Woman horrified after coming face to face with an 8-foot gator in her kitchen. Okay, I called up some friends of mine and I said, what the fuck is going on? I should have called Disney Kid because he spent some time down there. And they said, well, you did the possibility. How would a gator get in the kitchen? Well, they could leave the screen door on the slider might have been open. They could have been taking groceries in and out of the garage. Okay, I'm saying that I'm from California. I can completely fuck that up. I could be carrying my groceries in and out and leave a door open. I could let my dog out in the back to take a piss and leave the slider open. Or leave just the screen closed and a gator could go through the screen. But when you live in Florida, don't you guys know this shit happens? Wouldn't this be second nature to shut the doors and pay attention? How the fuck could you let this happen in Florida when you guys know these dudes are around all the time and they don't give a shit? They will traipse in right wherever they want to. I can see an old boy like me fucking that up. How is this a story in Florida? Now, all right, it's possible. Maybe it's possible. Now, there is a possible explanation. Maybe somebody from Alabama that was no longer allowed to wrestle bears got mad, packed up their shit, and moved to Florida, and didn't know some of the gator rules. All right. I think that's a possibility, so I'll leave that one alone. Pendulum swing, what's another one? NPR. National Public Radio, big, huge supporter of everything liberal. Every story is liberal. Every story is slanted. They got a big washing machine with a spin cycle in their newsroom, and they spin every story. It comes out left-leaning. And finally, one of the editors has issue with stunning rebuke of the outlet's coverage of the Trump, Hunter Biden, and COVID. In other words, one of their editors, who's in charge of proofreading everything, approving stuff, came out and said, we're not doing this fair. We're fucking this up. We're leaving facts out that need to be told. We're slanting stories we shouldn't be. We're no longer just giving to the public straight down the middle information and letting them decide. Wow. NPR coming clean. The pendulum is swinging the other way. Yeah, you know who didn't report this story? NPR. What a shock. They didn't tell on themselves. All right. What's another one? Doom. Oh, this is a good one. White House downplays Biden accusing GOP of killing millions by terminating the Affordable Care Act. Remember that speech he gave? It was a short one. And he runs out. He says, look at how many millions and millions of Americans have died because the GOP, they squashed the Affordable Care Act. What? So everybody raced out and did polls. They polled 500 people. They polled 1,000 people. Everybody from Wyoming to New York to Los Angeles to Seattle. And you know what the question was? It was one simple question. Do you know anybody that has died because the Republicans killed the Affordable Care Act? All of these outlets, all of these focus groups, everybody did this. And guess what the answer came back? Do you know how many people came back and said they knew someone who died because of the Republicans and Obamacare? Zero. Not one. Nobody went, well, my friend Earl died over there, but I think he got bit by a raccoon. Come to think of it, I don't think that was Obamacare or the Republicans. Zero. And now they're having to have we didn't mean millions. We just meant hundreds of thousands. Well, nobody saw it happen. Not hundreds of thousands, it's just tens of thousands. Okay, we polled 10 million people, nobody saw it happen. Well, there's not tens of thousands, but thousands have for sure died. Well, we didn't find anybody. So where's your statistics coming from? Well, there's thousands, but for sure hundreds did. They're downplaying it because they're fucking it up and nobody's believing them. Why? Because the pendulum is swinging back the other way. All right. Let me see. We got us. We already talked about Mike Perkins. Yeah, your $2 hoe. If there was ever a face for radio, that's it. You can tell. I don't even know Mike that well. I mean, I love him. I know some things about him, but I can tell you by this picture. Okay, let me just ask. I won't even say it. Look in the comment section. Looking at Mike Perkins' picture, what was his previous occupation in life before he was the world's greatest Uber driver? What is he? Tell me. You guys are going to get this right. Everybody's going to, I know who that is. I'm looking right now. Come on now. Come on. Somebody give it to me. Let me see it. Mike Perkins was in the ice cream sales? No. Encyclopedias? No. Insurance? No. Come on, somebody. What was his job? Look at him. Look at the mustache, the face, and the glasses, and that glare in the eyes. What did he used to do? No, Christopher Sevick, he was not a postman. There we go. King Wisenope, cop. Jason Joyner said he was a stoner. Disney Kid was a trucker. He was in radio. No, truck driver. Plumber, taxi driver. You can't tell he's a cop. Loud one. There he goes. He's a cop. You guys, maybe it's only people that have ever danced on the wrong side of the law that would realize that's a cop. You can spot that guy across a room. See, Mike Peterson knows. Two Bear knows. I'm telling you, Phil's Garage knows. These are all people that have been on the that have been in the backseat of the police car. That's how you guys know. I'm not kidding. I'm fucking around with you guys like that. All right, Gen X Mom, let's finish up strong. Let's hit the sheets and call it a night. What do you got there, girl?
All right, Laura K, $5. Where is the hell is Romy been?
Romy?
Love you, General and Gen X Mom.
Where has Romy been? Romy!
That's what she's asking. That's what Laura is asking.
Smicky and Romy.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Huh. That's why she paid $5.
You guys can't see the dumbass look she's giving me like, I'm trying to do my stuff here, and you're fucking repeating the dumb question that what is wrong with you? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
TS Jedi 1, $5. The Force is strong with this show.
Yes, it is.
That is it. It is. I am done.
Do you know that Luke Skywalker in Return of the Jedi, he has a green lightsaber, but it wasn't supposed to be green, it was blue. Did you know that? The whole movie was blue.
No.
And they went into editing. Remember when Luke Skywalker in Return of the Jedi, he was fighting on Jabba Hutt's barge out there trying to rescue Han Solo from that big pit, and it was the desert planet and all blue background. You couldn't see the blue lightsaber against the blue background. You're yawning. I'm telling a very interesting story, and you're yawning. And fine, I won't tell it to you. I know somebody who'll listen. So they changed it to green because it stood out more, and then they built a whole story on how he got the green lightsaber was a green stone that he wasn't supposed to go get to make the lightsaber because they're made out of very special stones, but it was kind of the dark side of things that you shouldn't go over. There's a Sith stone, but he went over and got it and did it and came back. Still a good Jedi. Loves the right team there, but I'm just letting you guys know. So, yeah. There's a little piece of Star Wars. So you didn't know that. Yeah, I like Star Wars and Star Trek. I do have a lightsaber and a phaser, so shut up. All right, well, if that's it, the light is green, the trap is clean, we can move on. We can call it a night. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for showing up, wherever you're listening in from around the world. We appreciate it. AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you listen in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Gen X Mom, do you want to say goodbye to everybody?
Good night, everyone. See you Thursday.
Thursday, yeah. We get a day off tomorrow. We'll see you Thursday.
Do.
So remember two things. Wherever you go, there you are. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. That's right. I said it. You heard me.